Hello, good morning. Getting on early so everybody who is interested in joining live can get here. What a beautiful morning we have again here in Northern Virginia. Don't know what it's like with you guys. We have another gorgeous, gorgeous sunny day and blue skies. So a little cooler than I like, but that's okay. I know spring is coming because all the flowers are starting to come up and birds have been like busy, and so it's nice. And I know some of you who are joining in are heading into winter right now. So good luck. Hopefully it'll all go well. And it'll be a nice winter, the right kind of winter. So we'll be gather up your stuff. If you need to get the workbook, please, I've got it posted in the program notes here, but you go to www.yourblissfuljourney.com/E2, the numeric 2 workbook. And you will be able to find the workbook that will go along with our experiment of the day. And today we are, as usual, we're reading from Pam Grout's E², 9 do-it-yourself energy experiments that prove that your thoughts create your reality. And last experiment was talking nice to plants and seeing if they'll grow more. I heard from some of you, and good luck in that experiment. Good luck is not the right thing. Enjoy that experiment. I am talking to my dwarf magnolia that had a little bit of damage from the snow that we had, the heavy, heavy snow. And I'm just telling it how gorgeous it is and how wonderful it is. I'll continue to do that. And those of you who planted beetroot, go Janelle. And other things, watch how they're growing, continue with that one, because this experiment that we're doing today is an easy one to add to the list. So experiment number 7, the Jenny Craig principle. Your thoughts and consciousness provide the scaffolding for your physical body. Your body is simply a living expression of your point of view about the world. Carl Frederick, author of EST, Playing the Game, The New Way. The premise. The environment in which we live responds to your thoughts and emotions. To prove this in a very observable fashion, you're going to use your bathroom scale. Yes, this is the experiment where you offer your body up to science, but don't worry, it's just for 3 days. And the end result is something 90% of us, at least according to a study at Cornell University, are actively trying to do anyway: lose weight. For those 2 or 3 lucky devils who are hoping to gain weight, well, you can expect an increase in your health and vitality. Your food, like everything else in the world, is infused with energy. And by working with it, instead of fighting against it, as most of us do in our obsession to lose weight, you'll easily drop a pound or 2 without changing a single thing. The specific premise of this experiment is that the energy provided by your food is affected by what you say and think. Those items on your dinner plate are not static lumps of nutrition, but rather morsels of dynamic energy that eavesdrop on every one of your intentions. And while nutritionists can't exactly qualify your thoughts to include them on food labels, they probably should if they want to make an accurate assessment of what of what that can of pork and beans or that package of pasta means to your health. The energy of your thoughts is being ingested right along with the calcium and vitamin D. If you haven't already seen it, rent the documentary film I Am by Tom Shattuck. The movie, that's Shadyac. The whole movie is amazing, but for the research purposes of this experiment, pay careful attention to the scene where Shattuck, a famous Hollywood director, visits the Institute of HeartMath, a nonprofit research organization that studies stress and human energy. First, Roland McCratty, the Institute's longtime director of research, hooks electrodes to a bowl of yogurt. Although yogurt is widely regarded as an inert blob, McCratty uses the electrodes to demonstrate that it responds to Shattuck's thoughts and emotions. The needle on the bioresponse meter oscillated wildly when he was asked about an earlier marriage. It flew off the charts when he mentioned his lawyer, with whom he confirmed he had unfinished business. The yogurt, without being attached to Shattuck in any way, was able to read his emotions. And when he brought his attention back to the present, back to the room, the needle went still. We don't exactly know how this works, but we have irrefutable proof that human emotions create a very real energetic field to which other living systems are attuned, McCratty says. So think about it. How many times have you said or thought something like the following? It's really hard for me to lose weight. I just look at a piece of chocolate cake and gain weight. I have a slow metabolism. Not only do thoughts like this make you feel like warmed over dog doo-doo, but they radically affect your body and what you put into it. In the 1960s, Cleve Baxter, a former CIA agent, made headlines when he discovered that plants perceive human intentions. In 1966, after retiring from the CIA, Baxter started what is still considered to be the world's largest lie detection agency. One night, while sitting in his New York office, he decided to attach a galvanometer to a houseplant. It was a fluke, just something to kill time. What he discovered was that the Dracena that his secretary had brought in to decorate the office reacted not just to physical harm, he dunked the leaves in hot coffee and burned them with a match, but to his very thoughts and intentions. He was shocked, and it felt like running into the street, shouting to the world, "Plants can think!" But instead, he plunged into meticulous investigation to establish just how the plant was reacting to his thoughts. And then there's also the Viennese biologist Raoul France, who died in 1943, who could see that too. And so how is this tying in with the bathroom scales? The average ton of food we consume each year, the bulk comes from plants. Granted, it's often processed and beaten spun so as to be almost unrecognizable, but much of the food starts as living sentient plants. The remainder of our food comes from animals, which, guess what, also get their energy from plants. So nearly all the food, drink, and intoxicants and medicines that keep us alive are derived from plants, which Baxter and many scientists who followed have proved are able to read our thoughts. Are you getting what I'm saying? What you think and what you say about yourself, your body, and your food is the hinge upon which your health turns. Counting calories and fat grams with religious zealotry may well be the main obstacle between you and your ideal weight. Food fight. The more obsessed one is with getting thin, the more certain it becomes that one will never get there. Augustine Burroughs, American author. Diets are the enemy. They make us paranoid, insane, and fat. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that diets don't work. So why do we persist in depriving and disciplining ourselves in the name of diets when they obviously suck sewer slime? Think of it like this. If you went to collect your paycheck and your boss said, sorry, but we've decided not to pay you this week, would you keep working at that job week after week, hoping that someday he'd have a change of heart? Even the spelling of the word should give you a clue. Who wants to do anything to do with the word die in it? Suffice it to say, most of us have a very complex relationship with food. Just as the $60 billion a year diet industry, just ask them. Instead of enjoying food's awesome and life-giving nourishment, we fear it, despise it, and blame it for the picture we see in the mirror. Can anyone say love-hate relationship? As long as you harbor negative energy about yourself and spend time wanting to lose weight, that's what you'll get. Negativity and a state of wanting to lose weight. And I've heard one of my coaches or trainers in the hypnotherapy would say, you know, your body is trained not to lose anything, right? We work really hard not to lose anything. We don't want to lose our coat. We don't want to lose our job. We don't want to lose our car. You know, how many things do you not want to lose? So even that choice of word is a little tricky. Your cells eavesdrop on everything you say. And this may come as a shock to you, especially if you spend most of your time, your waking moments silently harping about your ugly, cellulite-ridden body. But the normal state of your body is healthy. It can heal and regulates itself without prompting from you. So why in the world are we obsessed? Anecdotal evidence. Our body is a walking crystal. We store electromagnetic energy. We can receive, we can transmit, and we can store electromagnetic energy. Dr. C. Norman Shealy, American holistic research physician and neurosurgeon. Well, when Alan Finger, a now famous yoga teacher, was in his teens, he lost 100 pounds in, are you sitting down? 1 month. After studying in India, his father, Manji Finger, brought back a powerful yoga breathing program that he taught to his overweight son. Within 1 month of using the breathing exercises, a powerful tool for moving energy, Alan dropped 100 pounds. I know what you're thinking. That's impossible. It can't be done. So let me stop you right there. Thoughts like that, thoughts that scoff at infinite possibility, are getting in your way. Just think, what if it could be possible? What if it could happen? To change your energy, you have to change your thinking. The word impossible should not be part of your vocabulary. And The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton. He's a cell biologist who used to teach at Stanford University. He discovered that despite what we all believe, our bodies are influenced more by energy and the thoughts we have than they are by our own DNA. Lipton tells a remarkable story about a group of patients with problematic knees. The first group underwent complicated knee surgery. The second group believed that they too had had the surgery, but the doctor conducted the research, made the incisions on the second group, but didn't actually operate. So nothing about their knees had changed. Both groups, however, got better. Both groups were soon able to walk and play basketball and do all the things they had done before their knee injuries. That's a pretty strong placebo effect. and should be proof positive that you need to see yourself as thin and gorgeous. Negative thinking be damned. Whatever you focus on expands, as experiment number 5 demonstrated. So let's not focus. Don't focus on being fat and needing to diet. That reality is going to expand your life. The method. Life is the proper binge. Life itself is the proper binge. Julia Child, American author, chef, and TV personality. So in this experiment, you're going to give up your ongoing grudge against the food you eat. You're going to think of every single morsel that enters your body as your best friend, or at least a thoroughly nourishing acquaintance. Energy workers Tama Hanna says that when we look at a person's body, we're observing the moving process of the person's mind. It's our beliefs about ourselves more than the banana cream pie we couldn't resist that cause us to gain weight. So for starters in this experiment, you're going to refrain from saying anything negative about your body. You may notice this is hard to do. Every time you make a disparaging comment, turn it around. If not out loud, then at least silently to yourself. For example, your best friend calls and without thinking, you blurt out, "I ate a whole bag of buttered popcorn at the movie yesterday. I probably gained 8 pounds. Cancel it by saying something like, "Well, I did spill half the bag when Antonio Banderas took off his shirt. And I actually think I look thinner." You don't have to be modest. It's okay to admit you're a knockout. Food is full of energetic juju, and eating should be a thoroughly positive experience. Because feeling guilt about food is such an ingrained habit, this may feel totally unnatural. And it might take some practice. That's why this experiment takes 72 rather than 48 hours. And we're looking to prove that your thoughts and energy are in a continual dance with the world around you. Remember when people used to pray before meals? My family always did, even at restaurants, which embarrassed me to no end when I was in junior high. Now I know those prayers put positive energy and good thoughts into the food. Not that we were conscious of it at the time, but I must tell you that nobody in my family has ever had much of a weight problem. So during this experiment, you're going to do the following. 1, refrain from talking smack about your body. If possible, refrain from negativity of any kind. 2, before you put anything in your body, send it loving thoughts. Put your hands over it and give it a blessing. 3, concentrate on infusing your food with love, joy, and peace. That's it. Weigh yourself the day you start, and again, 3 days later. Easy enough. And then you can go to that page I mentioned earlier, www.yourblissfuljourney.com/E, the number 2 workbook. And you will be able to download this. It's in the notes. Lab report sheet, the principle, the Jenny Craig principle, the theory. Your thoughts and consciousness provide the scaffolding for your physical body. The question, does what I think affect my environment? Specifically, the food I take into my body. The hypothesis, if my thoughts and consciousness are in a continuous dance with my environment, the food I eat can't help but be affected by my thoughts. By changing what I think about and say to my food, I will be healthier and, for the sake of this experiment, lose at least 1 pound. Time required, 72 hours. today's date, weight as recorded first thing in the morning, weight as recorded first thing in the morning, 3 days later. So you've got a line item for each of those. The approach. Don't change a single thing about your diet. In fact, what you eat should be a non-issue during the time of this experiment. However, every time you do eat something over the next 3 days, whether it's your morning over easy eggs or an afternoon slice of a coworker's birthday cake, deliberately and consciously send the food positive, loving thoughts before ingesting it. Thank it for nourishing you and expect it to contribute to the betterment of your body. And then there's a line for research notes. So what happens? What are you noticing? How easy was it or hard was it for you? Did the same thoughts keep coming up in your head? And what did you do to handle that? Acknowledge everything that happens. And it's okay. No, it's okay. And just honor yourself and your body for paying attention. That's all. Paying attention and being grateful for the food you eat. You manufacture beauty with your mind. Augustine Burroughs, American author. So, wow, that's a good one. I'll tell you, my husband did this and he noticed. I mean, the next day he lost a pound. So he was very excited, not changing anything except for being conscious and thanking. So I personally feel better. I'm not participating in this to lose weight at this time. So yay for you. I'm excited about this one because just being grateful for our food improves our health all the way around the board. So join me on Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern time for experiment number 8, the 101 Dalmatians principle. You are connected to everything and everyone else in the universe. And we'll be playing with that one. Good job, folks. Get yourself the book if you like this. You know, these are only my Cliff Notes reading. It's a synopsis of the readings. What I think is most appropriate to try to keep it under a half an hour for sure. So I'm going to let y'all go. Enjoy your day. Think good thoughts about your body, about the food that you eat. You're the best. Remember that. Bye for now.